This is the Nitecore HC75 UHE, or High Efficiency LED Headlamp. This is an all-metal construction USB-C rechargeable headlamp, and there's a lot to like about this light. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright guys, my name is Adam, and today we're doing a quick video review of Nitecore's new HC75 UHE, which stands for Ultra High Efficiency All Metal Construction Headlamp. And this is a really powerful 3000 lumens headlamp. So let's go ahead and dive into the specifications of this light, review some of its features, and along the way I'll show you some beam shots so you can see just how bright this light actually is. Now real quick before we dive into all the details of this light, I just kind of want to show you that there's a head strap that comes with this light. The light has a nice pivot, to about a 120 degree range, so straight down like this, all the way up to kind of a 30-degree upward tilt. So a really good range of motion on this headlamp, and at 3000 lumens, I think it's going to serve most people quite well. And that's not just a 3000 lumens burst, that is a continuous 3000 lumens. This light will not overheat and it will keep running all day. And that's what this is. This is a work light. It's not a quick deploy light. It's not a lightweight or light duty light. This is a heavy duty work light that truly is intended to be used all day long. And you'll see that in the Runtimes in just a bit. To test the thermals of this light, I went ahead and did a 30-minute test with my thermal imaging camera, and the light got up to 36.2 degrees Celsius, or roughly 97 degrees Fahrenheit. This is well below the roughly 110 degrees, 115 degrees Fahrenheit that lights typically hit before they start thermal throttling. So whatever they've done with this ultra high efficiency light, it's not putting off near as much thermal heat as lights of similar power, and I'm very confident that it's going to be able to put out this level of output continuously. It's not going to get to the point where it's just too hot to operate. So I'm really impressed with the thermal to this light, which is why I got the thermal imaging camera out and wanted to show you guys firsthand. The light itself, let's go ahead and talk about what you get when you order this light and what comes in the box. Now in the box you obviously get the headlight and the strap itself, but you also get this really nice carrying case. And again, this just speaks to this being a work light. It has a nice carrying case and it's really set up to be used on the daily basis. The carrying case itself is a nice zipper pouch. It's not a soft bag, it's a kind of semi-hard case. It's not real hard, rigid like a Pelican case, but it's not going to just collapse or get crushed either. Inside we have a couple accessories, including the USB-C to USB-C cable, the warranty and instruction information, which you don't need because you're watching this video. You'll know everything there is to know about this light. We have an extra strap to go over the head like this, if you so choose to use that. I'm not going to use that myself, but it's nice that it's included just in case that's how you want to utilize the light. Included in this kit, you also get a couple extra O-rings and stuff like that, just in case you tear one of your O-rings replacing the battery or something like that. So a really nice thought out kit, and it's really not that big. That'd easily fit into the glove box of your vehicle or in your toolbox, something like that. So really digging the case that comes with this particular light. So that's what comes in the box itself. Let's go ahead and talk more about the light itself. Now the light does pop off the head strap, which is kind of hard to do. It's not real hard, but it's not just going to fall off. And the head strap is a really nice, high quality kind of nylon material. It's got reflective material in there, a little bit of rubber backing on it, so it's going to work really well as a head strap. And it pops right off the light just like this, so you can throw it in the wash or something like that and keep it clean, which is a nice touch. Now the light itself is 3.64 inches long, 1.84 inches deep, and 1.79 inches tall. So it's a pretty good size light for a headlamp, but again, this is a heavy duty work light. It's not just a light duty, occasional use type light around your garage. This is intended to be used all day, every day, and it does stand up to that challenge. The way the light comes in at 7.37 ounces, which again is a little bit on the heavy side, but again, this is a all-day heavy-duty work light. I think a light like this is going to work great on a hard hat or something like that, where you already have some weight on your head. You're really not going to notice it up there. You can wear it without a hard hat, but again, this is a hard-use, heavy-duty work light, and I really think it's going to be used in more hazardous environments, such as mining, construction, things like that, where you're probably going to be wearing a hard hat just to keep yourself safe. So this is a great hard hat light in my mind, but you could use it without a hard hat as well, but that's just how I see this light being utilized. Clicking the light back onto the head strap is pretty easy. You just put it over the prongs and snap it right into place. Let's go ahead and hit the features of this light real quick, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how you use this light and what this light looks like in action. This light features a all-metal aluminum construction, which is super great for a heavy-duty light such as this. It's IP68 waterproof rated, which means it's waterproof down to 2 meters. It's dust-proof. It has a tilt angle of 120 degrees, so 90 degrees straight down, plus 30 degrees tilted up, which is just about right for a headlight. The light has dual beam focus, which is a really cool feature that we're going to look into in just a little bit. There's also an add-on accessory. The run times on this light are really good, but if you want even more runtime, there's a 6,000 milliamp hour carbon battery that you can buy that straps onto the back of the head strap and has a little cable running up to the headlight that will more than double the runtime of this light. So you have plenty of runtime no matter what you do with this light. Are you getting value out of this video review? If you are, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. It helps the channel a lot. And to say thank you, here is a picture of a baby dolphin. Taking a closer look at the front of the light, this is where the magic really happens with this headlamp. Nitecore is calling this LED array design their optical matrix. And it's actually really cool. There's some features about it that I really like. Turning the light on, the 4 outside lights are your spotlight LEDs. These are designed to throw the light out there and really cut through the darkness. And these 4 LEDs can give you a brightness up to 1,500 lumens, which is really good. Now if I hit the zoom button, the top here has a power button on the right hand side when you're wearing it and a zoom button on the left hand side when you're wearing it. Hitting the zoom button once, you'll see that the 4 outside lights turn off and the 4 inside lights turn on. These are your floodlight LEDs. This is for close-up work, just illuminating the general area close to you. You're not trying to look out a long ways and see something. This is a really useful setting for when you're actually working with your hands and working on something in front of you, such as an electrical panel or something like that, where you don't need that penetration of the spotlight or thrower beams. Now if you press and hold the zoom button, you'll see that the LED is going to cycle through the spotlight mode and the flood mode, and it gives you kind of a hybrid mode as well. You can just let go of the zoom button whenever you want and get whatever combination of beam setting you want, either 100% spot, 100% flood, or some combination in between. I think that's a really cool setting. You can just hold that button down until the light looks right for what you're doing, and then just let go and the light will remember that. You can turn the light off, turn it back on, and it will remember whatever setting you had the light in. So that's a relatively unique design feature, and I'm really impressed. I think it's a nice feature that doesn't have any moving parts that could break in a harsh, rugged environment that this light's intended to be used in. So A+ Nitecore, they really thought this thing out. Okay, so that's the optical matrix. Let's talk about the battery and the runtimes real quick. So the battery is a 5,500 milliamp hour battery, lithium ion, comes pre-installed in the battery, so you don't have to go buy it separately. It is replaceable, so if you do wear the battery out, using it every day for work or something like that, you can replace the battery. You don't have to throw out the whole light, which is always a nice touch. On the right-hand side of the light, there is a rubber flap covering a USB-C port, and the light can be recharged in about 2 hours from a completely dead state. If you want to see how charged the battery is, all you have to do is hit the zoom button, and there will be up to 4 blue LEDs on the front of the light showing you the state of charge of the light, each LED representing roughly 24% state of charge. And as I stated earlier, if you need even more runtime, there is a 6,000 milliamp hour carbon battery that you can get from Nitecore that attaches to the back of the head strap with the cable that runs up to the charging port that enables you to extend the runtime of this LED light even more. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what all of you guys clicked on this video to see, and that's the runtime of this particular light. So turning the light on, if I double press the power button, I am in the turbo mode. And that is a full 3,000 lumens, and it will run for 4.5 hours. And it does not step down, it doesn't overheat and have to time out. It will run 3,000 lumens continuously for 4.5 hours. And now you'll notice when you're in the 3,000 lumens mode, all 8 LEDs in the front light up. You're getting 1,500 lumens from the spotlight and 1,500 lumens from the floodlight. So that's going to be a mixed beam configuration. Now, if you don't need the full 3,000 lumens, or you want to stick to a spotlight or a floodlight mode within the light itself, you have 3 options. You have the low option, and if you hit the power button, it'll step up to the medium mode and then the high mode. The low mode is 200 lumens, the medium mode is 600 lumens, and the high mode is 1,500 lumens, which is really good. Now, when you're in the low, medium, or high modes, you can press and hold that zoom button, and change the beam of the light itself. You can either go into the full spotlight mode or into the full floodlight mode. You can also press and hold to cycle between the two and get a combination. Just let go of the light at whatever combination works for your work situation, and it will remember that. Now real quick, here's the runtimes of the different brightness settings of this particular light. In the turbo mode, you have 4.5 hours. In the high mode, which is 1,500 lumens, you have 7.25 hours. In the medium mode, which is 600 lumens, you have 12 hours, which is really good. I mean, that's more than a standard work day. So for the medium, 600 lumens, which, 600 lumens to me is kind of that standard EDC brightness that you kind of shoot for. That's a good general purpose brightness. And for that, the last 12 hours on this headlamp, this makes this an excellent all-day work light. And then the low mode, which is 200 lumens, will last for 32 hours, which is more than enough for an entire workday. Now to get into the ultra low mode of this particular light, you double press the power button, which is on the right-hand side of the light, and you'll see that the 4 center floodlight LEDs turn on. The ultra low mode cannot be used with the spotlight setting of this particular light. It is only for the floodlight setting. And at 40 lumens, it will last for 84 hours, which is a really long time. And frankly, 40 lumens is enough to do a lot of things up close and in front of you. Or if you're just outside, you work at a port or something like that, where there's a lot of fog, a little 40 lumens light could be a good way to make yourself more visible and less likely to have an incident at work. There's also a couple special modes or beacon modes in this light. If you double click the zoom mode, you'll see the SOS or beacon mode come on, and that's 3 long blinks and 3 short blinks. Super useful if you just want to make yourself more visible. If you press and hold the zoom button, it turns off. Now if you want to get into the quick blink or the flashing red modes, all you have to do is double click the zoom mode, and then within 3 seconds, hit the power button, and you'll cycle through the other blinking modes. So SOS, kind of the quick beacon, and the blinking red light. Again, you have to hit the power button within 3 seconds, otherwise it will just turn the light off. I actually really like this feature. It makes it super easy to get into the different blinking modes, which again, on a work light could be a literal lifesaver. If you're on the docks at a port, you're in a mine, on a construction site, something like that, having a blinking red mode like this or something like that could be a really good way to make yourself more visible. To put the light into lockout mode to make sure you don't drain the battery or something like that during transit, you press and hold both the zoom and power button, and after 3 seconds or so, it'll triple blink, letting you know that it is now in lockout mode. Now, if I hit the power button while in lockout mode, it will just give a quick blink to let you know that the button was pressed, but it will not come on, preventing the light from draining its battery in your toolbox, your bag, or something like that. So I like that. To get out of lockout mode, you just press and hold the power and zoom button, and it will come on in the ultra low mode. Okay guys, we are in the testing area, aka my backyard. What we're going to do is to start with the lowest setting and work our way up and show you what the beam looks like in the different modes. Okay, first up is the 40 lumens floodlight mode, and this is the ultra low mode. It's not super bright, but if I put my hand in front of the camera, it's very easy to see. But if I try to reach out a little bit further, hit the ground in front of me and stuff, it's not as usable. So this would be really good for working on blueprints, electrical panels, things like that. Something that's right in front of your face that you don't want to blow out your vision, but you do need a little bit of light. Okay, so this is the 200 lumens mode, and we are in the floodlight mode. I'm going to go ahead and just cycle through the low, medium, and high with it pointed straight out, just so you can kind of see how usable the floodlight mode is at a little bit of a distance. So here's the low mode, 200 lumens. Here's the medium mode, which is 600 lumens, which runs for 12 hours, remember. And here is the high mode, which is 1,500 lumens. And again, this is the floodlight mode. So the fact that you can see that back wall there and the tree and everything, it's actually really impressive for as floody of a beam as this is. The white is a really clean white. There's no bluish tinge or anything like that. If I remember right, the spec sheet said the temperature on this was 4,500 degrees Kelvin. And I'd say that's probably about right. There's a little bit of yellow to it, but definitely no blues or greens or anything like that. It's a nice warm white. I think this is perfect for a work light. Okay, so here is the spotlight mode and the low mode setting. Again, 200 lumens, not super bright, but you can see the house there, the fence. It definitely reaches out more than the flood beam did. Here is the spotlight mode in the medium setting, which is 600 lumens. Again, definitely reaching out better than the floodlight mode did, but it's actually a pretty floody spotlight, which kind of makes sense because you got 4 LEDs kind of projecting light out, but since it's not just one concentrated LED, it is going to have a pretty floody look to it. And I think for a work light, this is actually a really usable spotlight mode. It's going to work really well for just general area lighting. All right, and here is the high mode. And this is 1,500 lumens, and as you can see, it is much, much brighter. I'm looking at the tree up here. You're seeing a lot of really good detail. Down here, you can easily see the pots, the side of the house, the ground in front of me up a little closer is even brighter. I'm really impressed with this 1,500 lumen spotlight mode. And the runtime on this was really good. You can get almost a full workday out of the 1,500 lumens mode here. So really digging it. All right, so the final mode is the turbo mode. So double pressing the power button. Here is the 3,000 lumens turbo mode. And this is really bright, and I noticed the light looks a little bit whiter in this mode. It's just putting a lot more power out, and the light just looks a little bit cleaner to me. It's a very good usable turbo mode. I really like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my head, walk down and walk back, just so you can see how bright this is. So again, this is the 3,000 lumens mode, which is using both the spotlight and the floodlight on the headlamp. And if I look up to the tree here, you can see just a tremendous amount of power. And you know, looking at my hands and stuff, you can see just how bright this light is. For a work light, this is super nice. And with the 4.5 hours runtime, super usable. So that's the 3,000 lumens mode, and with a 4.5 hour runtime, there is a lot to like about this. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the special modes real quick. By double pressing the zoom button, we have the beacon mode, which is the 3 long and 3 short burst. And this is at the full 3,000 lumens mode. And for visibility, this is a really nice feature. Makes you much more visible on a job site. And here's the blink mode. I'm going to go ahead and just walk down and walk back with the blink mode on, just so you can see how much more visible you are with a simple, kind of blink like this. It's not as, again, this mode is really meant to make you more visible, and I think it's really successful in doing that. Final mode we have is the red mode, and this is on the high setting. It is a very bright red mode. And again, I'm going to go ahead and walk down and walk back with the red mode on. And the red mode is great for two things. A, preserving your night vision. So if you're working in a mine or something like that, you don't want to be blowing out your night vision all the time because you're constantly in a state of darkness. Also, the red mode is a really good way to make yourself more visible. So as you can see on my head here, as I look around, I am much more visible with this red mode than I would otherwise be. Okay, so that's it for the outdoor testing. And let me know in the comments below which mode you like the best. I personally like the medium mode at 600 lumens just because that's a good general purpose brightness. But the high mode at 1,500 lumens was really, really nice. I think a lot of people using this light will definitely want to go for that one. So again, super impressed with this light, guys. I hope the outdoor testing was helpful. Let's go ahead and back inside. Let's go ahead and head back inside and do a quick recap. Okay guys, so that was my quick and dirty overview of the new Nitecore HC75. And I have to say, I'm super impressed with this light. For it to have 12 hours of runtime at 600 lumens and 4.5 hours of runtime at 3,000 lumens without overheating or having the light shut down. It's really impressive. This is truly a heavy duty work light. Now this is not a light duty light. Being all metal construction, weighing over 7 ounces, it's a little bit on the chunky side, but it is intended to be a heavy duty work light that will go the distance and last all day long. And the HC75 definitely delivers. I hope you guys found this video review helpful. If you did, make sure to share it with a friend. That's the best compliment you can give our channel, is by sharing this video with people you think might get value out of it. We really appreciate it. And cheers. Oh, you're still here? Well, check this video out. I think you'll like it too.